Well, hello everybody, welcome back to this video. This is going to be another catch-up video of my brother Nick's camper van, his conversion. Been a while, but of course things get in the way. Progress has been a little bit slow, but there now is something more to see, and I'll just run you through where it's at with it at the minute. So there's a lot going on inside when it comes to plumbing in the LPG tank, freshwater tanks, grey waste tank, etc. But he's been doing a lot on the bodywork just recently because this van's going to go for a full respray. But I'll explain what's been going on shortly. So I can't remember where we just got up to exactly on the inside. Suffice to say that these benches, which are seats and also makes up into this double bed, are now fitted and secured to the floor, and they've got it's made the panels to go across the front and finish these ends off with the trim and one thing and another, and all the tambour doors are now on, which is a nice touch. With plenty of storage space above now, at either side. And last time, as I recall, he'd just put the sink unit in, but it hadn't been fitted in or plumbed in. So everything is now plumbed in, all the waste pipes are in, the taps are fitted and everything. That tap just lifts up and then it's got hot and cold or to be mixed. Made a right nice little unit with 2-ring gas and the glass lids. The fridge is in, that's a compressor fridge. There's a tambour door on the front here which was in previously, but we can look under here now. So he's got his waste pipe in. And so under the sink here he's got his waste pipe now running down here. And this goes across and under the van into the wastewater tank. The hot and cold pipes are in. There's wire in here for a fuse box that's going to fit onto this panel in here. Drop out for the gas for the LPG should any leaks occur, and also it's been drilled in here at floor level, and now this runs through to under the seating area in the back. Now where are we? So it's been drilled here and here for service pipes. There's a gas drop out there for this water heater. This is a constant water heater, and this is a 12 volt igniter that runs off LPG, and you can set this water heater at a constant temperature. So for example, if you're having a shower or using the hot tap on the sink, you don't have to mix it with cold water, hopefully, which will have the effect of conserving water. Gas taps are down here. These are the isolator switches for various items. This is now all connected in to the LPG tank that's underneath, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And while I'm here, I'll just show you this. The LPG tank, it's a 25 litre tank. It's an Autogas 2000, and if you want any information on these, we've got this address on the back of the pack here. Now these tanks will fill to 80% capacity, a normal shut off in, and these are good for if you want to run abroad, for example through Eurotunnel or something similar. It is recognised as being a tank that will only fill to 80% of its capacity. The bench seats are now bolted in. These are all bolted down along the front and up the sides, both sides. So then under this next bench,
that rock and roll bed's bolted in now.
Yeah, the rock and roll bed is now bolted in. Now if you remember, you had this specially made because these are for the grandchildren when they're travelling, so it's got built-in seat belts this rock and roll bed slides forward and turns into a double bed. This is now fastened in correctly at the front and at the back, and this is the lever. Just release the lever and pull the bed, and this isn't going to be awkward with one hand. Right, I'll just put the camera down and set that up. 1 second. Some people were commenting, well, where did this bed actually come from? So bear in mind, wherever you're watching, we are in the UK. Now this was made by excuse the hens. So this was made by Hammond Camper Beds, and it's hammondcamperbeds.co.uk, and it's a company in Great Harwood on Ward Street, Blackburn, and there's all the contact details. So if you want to stop this video at any time and catch that address, you can do. But I think I might write this down in the description at the bottom of this next video, and then it's there. So just to refresh your memories, that's the rock and roll bed when it's in situ, and it's just simply the lever that I had my hand on earlier. Push it down, pull the frame of the bed out, and then just push the end back in, and this is the end result. That's Nick up front, my brother there, is just working out, building a box for above the driver's seat. So the shower was in here, as you recall. Now all this is now plumbed in. It's the C200 swivel seat toilet. So the drain is now plumbed into the grey waste tank. The mixer tap's plumbed in on the water system, all working. He's now got his vent in the ceiling and the lights, etc., and there's the vanity unit. He's just plotting and scheming there how he's going to construct the front. Work in progress. So this is the filler for the water tank on the toilet. So this is typically off what you would see on the outside of a caravan. Fill it there with your blue flush and water, fresh water. And the cabinet below is for the waste tank for the toilet. So it's just a slide out cassette as you would normally see in a caravan or a camper van. The cassette just simply pulls out, go and flush it, bit of blue fluid back in it, litre of water back in it, slide it back in, and you're away to go. Now under this bench at this side, he's now got the freshwater tank in. Now this was a bespoke tank that he bought off eBay. This is a 15-gallon tank, so it fills through this tube to the fitting on the side of the van, which I'll show you after. This is a breather stroke overflow, so as the level in the water tank falls, the tank can breathe, so it doesn't compress in on itself. And it's also, if it's overfilled, it'll run back through this pipe, go through the floor, and drain away instead of flooding the van out. The night heater is now plumbed in properly, so it's exhausted outside, and is taken to feed directly out of the fuel tank in the van, so no need for a separate container for diesel. This is the control for it, so you can set this to come on and off whenever you want. You can set it to a constant temperature. Good piece of kit. Now a lot of people do criticise these heaters, rightly and wrongly. They are cheap. You'll get these now off eBay for about 80 or 90 quid. This is a 5 kilowatt one. But if you consider an Eberspatcher that you're probably paying about 1200 quid for, which probably will last for a very, very long time, 80 quid a throw, 80 90 quid a throw, you could put a new one of these in this van every year for 10 years and still have not caught up to the price of an Eberspatcher. They are very, very good. They run really, really hot. I've got one in my van and I'm loving it. So what he's going to do is going to put his heater pipe is going to come out of here, and it's going to run round onto the back of this panel with a fitting on it which will blow hot air through here and into the van. There's going to be a T-junction on it which will run this way into this panel. It'll run straight through this panel, across this gap which will eventually be boxed in, and straight through here into the shower room. So you can heat your shower room, you can heat your van. This area here will eventually have all the controls on it for fuse boxes, the solar panels on the roof, etc., with all its control panels and things, but that has yet to be thought about and designed. Water pump. It's a 7 litre per minute water pump. Now, hopefully, he's hoping that the water pump is going to be good enough at 7 litres per minute, because he wants plenty of pressure at the shower head. If it's not, so this is just being trialled at the minute, this system, and if not, it's going to move up to a 10 litre per minute system, but that might be adequate, it might not, but time will tell. Got all the water pipes in now to the pump, etc. The leisure batteries, undecided yet whether the 2 leisure batteries are going to be under here or in this area. The solar panels will provide the power for the batteries. So I think we're pretty much caught up with what's going on now inside the van. It's just working on this area now above the cab. He's struggling with fixing points, so what he's actually going to do is going to build like a box that'll slide in there, and then it can be fixed across this front edge and just up these 2 sides here, with some kind of some kind of door on it. It might be a lift up door or a tambour door, something similar to these. The vents are now in the roof and working. These are oscillating vents, these are 12 volt vents, so they've got a fan in them, whereas you can draw air in or you can push air out. Both them are in and operating and working. It's come a long way, and these have, of course, they have the blackout blinds on them for at night, so you can pop that all the way across. Both have them. You saw the windows it fitted in previously. Just needs to finish off and put the edges on. But predominantly is working in the garage now. You can probably hear him. He's been doing a lot of bodywork on it, because it's going to the body shop soon to get a full respray. But there were lots of dents, dangs, bits of rust and one thing and another. For example, this door here, these bottom hinges are a problem on these types of vans. They soon go funny, and then they blow in the wind, and of course smashes all the back lights. And what it had done on this door, it had put a crease in it, and it had pulled the return edge of the inner skin, the outer skin, away from the inner skin. So he peeled all this back with a screwdriver, got the skins to compress together and pulled them back over, and then spot welded down it and then prepped it and one thing and another. Then he had to bash this line back into shape. Quite a bit of effort went into that. The back door were damaged at the bottom, so this has been prepared. This had a crease in it. It's been block filled, primered, and of course when it goes for the respray, the body shop are going to do the final preparations on these areas. It had also, in this area, it had took a knock down this side in this area. He welded his pins on, pulled them out, got it something like right, filled it, got it something like level, so that he could put the vent on for the hot water heater. No, this area is not finished. These lines won't bring him back in, and one thing and another, but that's the job for the body shop. Same on this other door. It had taken a knock to this back door and smashed all that backlight as well. So he's changed the hinges, new backlights in it, new backlight units. This door, this back door, with this hinge having been damaged, and of course come back on itself, and he's put a great big creasing it down this side, so he squared all this up. This has been block fillered and primered and treated. Same again, that's going to be finished by the body shop. He's taken all the plastics off, and what he's done down these sides is ground away any rust that was about, treated it, cure rusted it, etch primered it, stone chipped it, then glossed it, and of course when it goes for the respray, these are going to be re-stone chipped again, final preparation and painted. He's worked into all the wheel arches, both sides, back and front. So what's gone on, as an example, I'll show you in here. This has all been ground back, any surface rust has been treated. Then again, it's had the same preparation. It's had etch primer on it, wood stone chip paint, then gloss, because you need to gloss over things like primer and stone chip, because it can become porous, and the gloss will seal the final results. So that's gone on in all the wheel arches. Eventually he will get underneath, and he's going to treat all the underneath, rust cure, etch primer, stone chip, paint, etc. So he's ploughed on a bit with the bodywork. We'll just take a look underneath now, and I'll show you waste tank and LPG. So he had this wastewater tank made by a company called CAC tanks, as in crap, CAC tanks in Brighton. This is a bespoke made box, and it was made to the shape of the area that it's going to fit in. These are his waste pipes. These were put in as a fit to see if they do. So these will be sealed all around with a product called Stick to Like Shit. You might have heard of it. A very good product. And that is that's a 25-gallon tank. I don't know if this is picking it up very well here. And it's fitted in with these fittings here that run across the bottom of the tank. There's one at the back here and one down at the front. Threaded bar. This is the filler cap for the fresh water, and I showed you inside the filler pipe for it and the drain pipe, and the drain pipe comes out just through the floor so it can run away if there's excess water in it. The wastewater tank does have a dump facility on it, and all tanks are independently, they can be independently switched off from the systems if you want to remove the tank, for example, or to get into the water system and things like this. Go on, Nick. And then round the other side, below the vent for the heater is the filler for the LPG. Now, he hasn't taken this plastic panel off. It's been treated behind, but it's been put back on because before it goes to the body shop, he wants all this resealed, refitted back inside and leak free. So it's all been prepared behind this panel. So that's the filler cap, LPG, and did I say it's an Autogas 2000? Going back to that booklet inside. Oh, well, rear, he's extensively worked on this back step as well. A lot of this was dented in, rusty, one thing and another. So same again, this has all been prepared, ground back, pure rusted, etch primered, stone chipped and top coated, and he's now put the plastic trim back and what he needs to do now to finish this edge off, he just needs to fit a metal return on there, and that'll tidy that up no end. So under here, behind the spare wheel carrying rack, you'll see the Autogas 2000 tank. Now this is held into place between the chassis rails at both sides, so it's effectively fitted between the chassis. There's plenty of ground clearance on it, and like we said, this is the 25 litre Autogas 2000 tank. They do have a shut off, so you can only fill these tanks to 80%, as I said earlier. And there's the filler pipe coming over the top of the tank and out to the side of the inner sill to the cap in front. So that's just a quick catch up. Over this side, I'll show you over this side. Remember I showed you the night heater, the gas heater that's plumbed into the van's diesel tank? Well, these are the fittings underneath. So what you have under here, this is the exhaust for the night heater. This here is the air intake for the night heater, coming round here with a filter on the end. Then you have the fuel pipe that comes from the van's diesel tank into the filter, into the pump, and the pumps on these night heaters they need to be at a 45-degree angle to work efficiently, and that goes into the bottom of the night heater and supplies the gas heater with its diesel. Very good system, very similar to an Everspatcher, and like I say, a lot cheaper. He's had this one now, albeit it hasn't been run a great deal of time, but it's been okay, it's been efficient, it warms the van up lovely. It's 5 kilowatt, and I'd recommend them. I think they're brilliant. So that was the catch up of where he's at now with everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.